All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to the world champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, man. Um, I think Roger Goodell should be arrested. I mean, what an absolute ass kicking. Okay, so I mean, I knew that was going to happen. Kansas City, complete fraud season. Help from the officials every game, luck, guy barely stepping out of bounds or a last minute this. I mean, you can only skate so long with luck in football and combat and all that stuff, but and the refs. And when your luck runs out, it'll be ugly. And that was ugly. I can't believe, like, by the third quarter, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to say I feel bad for the Chiefs or Mahomes. Can't stand Travis Kelsey. Can't stand Taylor Swift. Um, Patrick Mahomes is a good kid, but everybody else I can't stand. Exactly, man. Too big to rig. Um, Holy crap, that was insane. Yeah, aren't they rigged or scripted? Well, maybe they were scripted because now, it resets their can. No, I don't know. Whatever. Don't never forget, folks. The NFL is not about sport. It says it on their website. They are, say it with me, entertainment, right? They admit that they are about entertainment. They ain't about sport. Let's be brutally honest here. Wasn't worth the pizza. Man, that was just woo. Uh, and then I love Donald Trump. The place goes crazy for Donald Trump saluting during the national anthem. And then they show Taylor Swift and the whole place boos. Yeesh. Clearly a lot of Eagles fans there. But good stuff. I'm one of six. My brother and three sisters were born in South Philly. Then my parents went down the expressway to Margate, and my little sister and I were born. So, but family all over Philly, family South Jersey. So I'm an Eagles since day one. I was at an event a couple months ago with Vince Papale. If you ever seen the movie Invincible with Mark Wahlberg, great movie. All right. Man, we have a lot to cover. I'm going to be honest with you. This is open. There's good morning, free people. There's a lot of free people in here. I'm not going to give you my standard welcome aboard TGO or anything like that. I'm treating you like a normal member. So no offense. We're gonna start. But welcome aboard. If you are new, why am I not going to give my full intro? Because I forgot today. I need to talk to my scheduling people and the marketing folks. Like, don't schedule like a free week of trading starting Monday after the Super Bowl. I think Donald Trump has failed miserably so far. The first thing he should have signed was an executive order making the Super Bowl on Saturday night. It's a thing, right? Wall Street calculates it. The tens of billions of dollars in lost productivity on the Monday after the Super Bowl. Who wants a Super Bowl on Sunday night, man? Make it Saturday night so people can recover on Sunday and people are back to work on. I never understood the Sunday night thing. So yeah, and then he leaves at halftime because it's a blowout. And on the way back on Air Force One, he says, Secretary of the Treasury, no more pennies. Why does it take a businessman to realize how stupid this is, right? Joe Biden, 50 years in DC, all these swamp politicians. It costs 2 cents to make one. What? Like, as a business owner, when my social media girl tells me, like, Wiz, hey, if we spend $1 on this ad, we can make $2. I'm like, I'll sell the wife and kids mortgage the house, do that. If somebody told me the exact opposite, as soon as they finished telling me that sentence, I'd say, stop it. But we don't. The nickel's next. I think it costs a dime to make a nickel. But folks, again, the Democrats are just absolutely they're on their heels, right? They're just they shift from one outrage to another with no cohesive message, with no leader, with no nothing. Kamala Harris was at some fire thing in California. She's the gift that keeps on giving. She might be running for governor. There was a 5-minute word salad about, I don't even know what she tried to say. Even the media was like, what? Anyway, but Democrats are more outraged about getting caught than the actual graft. This is a generational seismic shift. The lights coming on in the kitchen, the roaches scattering. You've been lied to, you've been stolen from, you've been cheated for decades. If I was, talking to the president, I'd be like, hey, man, you know what you need to do? Give the Americans a tax holiday. You know what? Funding trans opera in, not Trans-Siberian opera, but no shit, a trans opera in Serbia, a gay opera in Ireland, 200 million bucks to Hamas to kill Israelis. Are you fucking insane? Stop. 84 million to Chelsea Clinton. I mean, I could go on. I mean, this FEMA sent 59 million bucks last week to luxury hotels for illegals. Meanwhile, people in North Carolina, Maui, and SoCal are sleeping on the streets. This is generational. And then that human piece of feces judge in New York City that gave a ex parte ruling to people suing. So you want to talk about checks and balances? Because I love all the Democrats like, no, well, the president has to follow the where were you guys when Joe Biden took his pen and said, I'm wiping out $750 billion in student loan debt to get some votes? The Supreme Court. That's not constitutional. You don't have the authority to do that. I did it anyway. He gave a speech. Supreme Court tried to stop me, but I did it anyway. What did you just say? So spare me your outrage so Donald Trump's like, all right, well, it's a weak ruling and the Supreme Court's going to bury that judge. And it was an ex parte ruling, meaning the government wasn't even allowed to present. This liberal late night judge is like, the Secretary of the Treasury is not allowed to look at the Treasury stuff. Dude, from what I know about checks and balances, you can't do that. You can't tell the executive what to do with a duly elected and appointed official. You want to talk about an insurrection? Anyway, I'm going to stop ranting about this because we have a lot to talk about trading wise, but man, we're shit. I love waking up in the morning now and grabbing my phone and seeing what outrage or what's going on overnight. So, okay. Again, the Wall Street Journal, limousine liberals, all these people on Wall Street wringing out their hands and clutching their pearls about tariffs and trade wars and stuff like that. Clearly, they get people to do things. The cuck of Canada, the lady in Mexico, we were in a live trade brief. Last solo Amazon last Monday, seems like a year ago, I made 2 S&P 500 trades that both would have, the one I closed early would have made max profit, and the bull put spread made max profit in the trade brief. Why? Because we didn't even get through last morning. He announced them on last Sunday. Trade war, China or Canada, Mexico, boom, it's coming. Whoa. They called him last Monday and said, we're sending troops to our borders. We'll have a fentanyl czar. We'll stop the flow of illegal immigrants. Okay, you got 30 days. Show me 30 days from now that you really did everything. We don't have a trade war. And of course, the Wall Street Journal and everybody like, oh, Trump blinked. They're only doing what they said they told Biden they would do. Okay, if that's the case, they didn't do it. Did Biden follow up or threaten a trade? No, it's diplomacy, it's statesmanship. We'll ask them again to do the things that they said they do. Fuck that. When you got a CEO in charge, they didn't do that? Okay, here we go. So I told you almost a decade ago in 2016, I warned you about US tech companies in China. The day will come. I feel like I'm in 2016 and 2020 again. Let me channel younger Wiz before I sat with the medicine. You ready? The day will come, and it will come in the next 4 years, maybe even the next year, where China will give ultimatums to US companies. You're either with us or you're out. Like Apple. If you were here 2016 to 2020, it was getting destroyed. They had to flee a lot of their production and stuff to Vietnam and other Asian companies. They did not fully diversify. So this will happen. China when it gets ugly, is going to look at US tech companies who make a shit pot of money to choose. And if they choose the US, they're done. Anybody want to take this bet? It got to the point, I remember Jeff Bezos getting on stage during all this, and he had to say, we're a US company. He had to say that, right? So don't tell me all these tech companies that have a ton of business in China are diversified and Wiz won't be that big of a deal. You want to make it? It's right up here. I didn't even read the sub headline. I didn't even have to read the article because I told you all this years ago. Preparing for Trump talks, Beijing starts probe of Google and keeps Apple and Broadcom in its sights. I'm old enough to remember the spokesperson at the Chinese State Department or whatever coming out to the podium one time and saying, this morning we have come up with a list of anti-subversive Chinese or US companies that operate in China that we will shut down immediately if things don't get better. Apple, I'm not taking any questions, and like walked off. I'm half joking, but it was kind of like that. I'm like, oh my God, man. So as this stuff, I'm here for it, man. I love this stuff. Trading is a form of combat, folks, and this stuff will happen. Look, Beijing has already said it's investigating NVIDIA. You're in solo Amazon for a reason, because Amazon is 99.9% insulated from all of this crap. Years ago, again, I don't know how long, decade ago, Jeff Bezos made a strategic decision, did he not? Should I go into China? He didn't. Where did he go, folks? Say it with me. India. He's like, let's go take off over everything around China. Might be a tough nut to crack, and it's communist, and they could wake up one day and hate me. Brilliant. Because they already have their own kind of Amazon, right? Remember? So Jeff Bezos is crazy like a fox. I remember all of this. So this is going to happen, right? China is on a chip gathering exercise. Ooh, they want to come to the table to negotiate, need something to play with. So ladies and gentlemen, this is what they have, right? I'm old enough to remember trade war ones under Trump the first. Tim Cook literally went with knee pads to the White House for lunch. It was September, October-ish of whatever year. I remember this because he went because China was going to destroy Apple. And Trump sat and had lunch with Tim, and he begged not to fire the next round of tariffs, right? I remember them going out to the microphone, had a good lunch with Tim. I don't want to ruin Christmas. I'm the best Santa Claus there is, believe me. No tariffs. Market retire, everything like that. And then like a month or two later, China pissed him off doing something, and then he did fire the tariffs. But folks, these US tech companies are in the sights. There you go. Chinese, I didn't even read this article, I'm giving it to you. Chinese articles hope to get the attention of people in Trump's world, including the guys who are on the inauguration stage, right? The people that were on the inauguration stage. Really, really interesting what's going on. Okay, so I'm telling you, man, you're in solo Amazon for a reason. We got a lot to talk about with Amazon earnings, but all these one-trick ponies will be potentially destroyed in a full-blown trade war. Any questions about that? Yeah, Tesla's a target for China. You know what's funny though? At this point, Elon Musk really doesn't give a shit. Tesla is a thing for him. Now he's catching rockets with, the size of the Empire State Building with chopsticks. Tesla's drinking money for Elon Musk. Especially with, I love all the liberal bumper stickers on Teslas. I bought this before Elon went crazy. You went crazy. Elon's always been like this, folks. So, yeah, exactly, right? The tariffs they face will likely make American companies to move back to the US. Hey, folks, don't forget when we're in free briefs, we're in GoToWebinar, so you can't see each other's chat. I'll probably change that going forward because we rarely have the old size crowd. So I'd prefer everybody to see each other's chat, so I don't have to sit here and read it to everybody. Trump's next round of tariffs, 25% on steel and aluminum, won't be so easily averted. Reciprocal tariffs on trading partners are also in the mix, as officials say. Punitive tariffs on Mexico and Canada were only a small slice of the trade agenda. Oh boy. So, I love, Trump flying over the Gulf of America yesterday. It's just so funny, man. These people, they don't even know what outrage to swing. They're just so lost. The people screaming most about finding corruption are the corrupt people. Move to Northern Virginia or DC, start some bullshit nonprofit, give it a nice name. I help foreign kids in the Congo avoid AIDS. Oh, great. Here's 10 million bucks, Wiz. Here's a donation back to whatever campaign. It's money laundering. It's criminal. I'm so thrilled that this shit's being discovered. I'm doing it wrong, man. I looked at Susie. I'm like, oh my God, let's go. Let's go join the club of these scumbags, but at least our money's being used for actually treating our heroes at home. It infuriates. I'm not even going to get on a rant, but it infuriates me. It literally was $1.5 million to some, it was like a Serbian LBGTQ play or something like that. I'm like, $1.5 million. That's exactly the same amount the VA has authorized to look into psychedelics for veterans over 5 years. That should infuriate you. That's why when people are like, Wiz, hey, look, the VA, it's good news they're doing this. I'm like, it's fucking horrific news. It's bullshit. They just flicked a nickel at guys like me yelling about all this stuff and said, see, we're doing something about it. Now back to Pfizer, Moderna, Eli Lilly. Now back to giving $1.5 million for a play in Serbia about gay trans people. So guys like me who froth at the mouth about the VA not doing anything, they're, now they can point to at least something, right? These people are gross. Namaste. Trump campaigned on ending foreign entanglements. Now he wants to own Gaza. Trust me, I was one of the guys last week that wanted to throw, my coffee cup at the screen when Trump's like, Myra Gaza, U.S. is gonna own it. Beautiful condos. Nobody's good. The Palestinians are gone. We're developing it. You could hear heads exploding around the planet. The king of Jordan, we'll go to war to avoid that. Dude, we got chunks of guys like you in our stool. Okay, buddy? I love all these Arab countries, right? Don't take a Palestinian. Isn't that gross? Allah, Muslim, fellow, we love. Oh no, we don't want to. No. That's trash. Let's dump them in Italy and Paris and Germany, and so they run around cutting people's heads off. Trump is crazy like a fox. What happened? Every Arab country is freaking out now. The last thing they want is Mara Gaza. So this is on our radar. We gotta keep an eye on this, man. But it's just funny. All right. Let's dig into a crazy, now we're getting operational. For all the new people, SOT. Strategic, that was your strategic brief. Now we do O, operational. Then we're going to get tactical and trade. If you're new and you came into this brief and said, when's he start trading? You have no idea what you're doing. Welcome to TOPGUN Options. SOT. You can't jump into a brief and start trading unless you look up, middle, and then can get tactical. Yeah, exactly. Suddenly Egypt has all sorts of ideas on what to do with Gaza. Hiring, jobs report on Friday, folks. Hiring slows, but remains solid. Okay, with 143,000 jobs. Unemployment slipped. Job counts for November and December were revised up. Very, very choppy. Okay. Now, obviously, the one before this was bullshit. 80,000 or something like that. That was the election. Let's try and get Kamala across the line. All the other ones were bullshit. This one's choppy, right? And it even says it. Today's jobs report is confusing. Here's what to know. Here's what you should know. You ready for this? And the fact that this isn't front page of the Journal or every mainstream media or CNBC is this. Lost in today's job revision chaos, over 1 million foreign-born workers found a job. No native borns. I want that to sink in. Most of the job gains in the past few years, especially in 2024, were a mirage, folks. foreign. This is government data, folks. This isn't whiz making shit up. Change in employment by origin. Foreign-born workers, native-born workers. I'm a political science major, so I need charts. Ladies and gentlemen, absolute insanity. Native-born, green. Foreign-born, red. So when these people run around touting the great jobs numbers, they're full of shit. Obviously, it's called what? Yeah, I'll give you this. The headline number. You have got to dig into the numbers, folks. Trust me, I trade the top. Okay, yay, there's the headline. Let's trade off of that. And then I sit here, drink my coffee, and look into it and go, holy crap, this is awful. Yeah, it is. Making sense of jumbled jobs data. Jobs market sends a warning about Trump tariffs whiplash. Settle into it, folks. It's like Marcus Luttrell in Lone Survivor when, what's his name, Danny Dietz. Oh my God, am I shot? Dude, you're living in the past. Yeah, you were shot. We're in a gunfight right now. Stick some dirt in the wound. Fight. So, and we already beat the dead horse of the Fed, of Jerome Powell. What an underwhelming press conference. We got to move and get to Amazon. But folks, the Fed press conference in Jerome, little crazy. We'll get that in a second. But here come the headlines, folks, right on cue. Thank you, Wall Street Journal. The mood of the American consumer is souring. Is souring? Dude, where have you been for 4 years? I've sat here for 4 years as that sideshow Bob press secretary, Kamala, Joe. Jobs are strong, inflation's beat, everything's great. No, it's not. Well, if it isn't, it's not great for you. Everybody else is doing great. Wow, I guess I'm the outlier. Wrong. Consumer debt. I think we're over 1.2 trillion in credit card. I mean, things were awful under Joe Biden. Now the Wall Street Journal starts hitting us with this stuff. Oh, tariff threats, market turbulence, early jitters. Market turbulence, baby. I love market turbulence. This is a target-rich environment. The past 4 months, I'm 10-1 on double verticals. This is double vertical alley right now. Down, up, down, up, down, super up, down, up, down, up. Wow. I love where we are. Okay. This is, if you're not an options trader, this is options trader paradise. You can have dueling. We've had a bunch of dueling double verticals on. Why? Market's going to go down. Market's going to go up with this stuff. Breaking news. Trump just fired this. Down. Breaking news. He took it off. Up. This is free money, folks. This is a target-rich environment. But it's right on cue. Here comes the Journal. I told you around the election, after he won, I'm like, you will start seeing the most negative macroeconomic data ever in the next couple months. GDP, I briefed you on the trade numbers last week. Donald Trump's let me predict this right now. You guys could probably do it with me. Donald Trump will most likely, because of all this crap, see 2 quarters of negative GDP growth. That's the definition of a recession. No, it isn't, Wiz. That happened under Joe Biden, and they said it wasn't a recession. I guarantee you when it happens under Trump, everybody will call it a recession, except Donald Trump and smart people, because I thought we changed the definition, right? So, Pamela, which program has the S&P trades? That's the primary brief and the accelerated retirement brief. We're in solo Amazon here. But, Pamela, last Monday, as we were in the brief, and the trade war was delayed for 30 days, I immediately did a couple S&P trades in here, because when I see a trade, we're going to do it. But no, we don't do S&P 500 snipers in here. We do them in, yeah, look at that. This was awesome. Whoop, right in that brief, boing, that was awesome. So 99% of the time, I don't do S&P 500 trades, only if I'm seeing something nice. Here we go. How do you start a debrief? You start a debrief if you led the brief, and you led the flight, you obviously lead the debrief. So let me lead this debrief. Earnings, trading earnings is 100% gambling. Period. This is, and I'm actually talking to me and not to you guys. And I put on a bull put spread, an earnings bull put spread. I was right, and I lost money. That's why you should not trade earnings. What happened? Blowout numbers. Disgusting numbers. Their Q4 earnings were historic. We can go through each vertical. I got it. It doesn't matter. I have the breakdown. I was thrilled. How many times have I told you that an earnings call is what? 80-20. 20% of an earnings call is what? Here. How did we do? 80% of an earnings call is the forward guidance. Does everybody understand this? So 20% of that earnings call was me shaking my head like, nailed it. And then the rest of the earnings call was weaker Q1 guidance. And the stock dropped. So here's what's funny. If you, let's say you knew a secretary, you did some insider trading. Wiz, we're going to report blowout earnings. Yeah, all right, I'm going to get bullish. You lost money. You needed super insider information. Wiz, we had blowout earnings, but we're going to guide lower. I would have gotten bearish. So you'll notice every once in a while when I do earnings trades, they either are fantastic and they print money, or I get kicked in the teeth. So I got kicked in the teeth on the bull put spread, which was, it was drinking money. What did I call it last week when I did it? A foray. Whenever you hear me use the words foray, that's exactly what it is. I'll tell you when I'm rolling the bones, right? I also, last week before earnings, what did I tell you to do? I gave you a checklist. Does everybody remember what the checklist said? Step one, what did I tell you to do? Oh, the Iron Condor hit max profit right here. Amazon earnings Thursday after market close. Here's what I would do. Step one, nothing. Sit on your hands and enjoy your synthetic stock. Step two, sell way out of the money calls at the 252.5 strike. I did that. They expired for 100% profit. Yay, celebrate. Short calls expiring worthless, 100%. That's a trade, folks. So I made 100% on that. Super wide Iron Condor. I covered a super wide Iron Condor, and I think it went right through the middle. You're welcome. Step four, seriously do nothing. See step one, right? So if you did the short calls, you made money. If you did the super wide Iron Condor down here, you made a max profit. It's I did a bull put spread. I forget what the strikes were. After it imploded on, who was it? Whoever reported earnings, bad chip earnings or AI numbers. Who was it? Whatever. Right here. Was it? No, it wasn't Microsoft. Whoever reported was it Goog? Yeah, it was Goog. That day, Google reported soft AI, whatever crap. Amazon went down in sympathy with it. And I'm like, you know what? Amazon does not care about the one trick pony known as Google. So I put on a bull put spread. I think it was at the two, whatever it was. And then that happened. So one more time, holy crap, Amazon's going to the moon though. So I probably should have started this with, this is a gift. The last time Amazon had a miss was a gift. I literally told you to sell the wife and kids, mortgage the house, and get long on Amazon. And it was right here. We went from 190 to 150. I said, you have got to buy it with both hands. You made almost $100 in 6 months. You're welcome. This is a gift. The numbers were staggering as usual, right? But all people care about now, I don't, a little. Amazon pours fuel on big tech spending after DeepSeek panic. They have a little chart that shows, Amazon is spending the most on AI. Look at this. There's your Alphabet and Microsoft, right? Amazon, and remember, ladies and gentlemen, Amazon, since you're in this right now, you're in solo Amazon, is diversified. NVIDIA is not. Google is not. Microsoft is not. None of those have Amazon. They don't have FedEx and UPS. They don't have an arm of their company that's bigger than FedEx and UPS. They don't have Microsoft Pharma. They don't have Microsoft Prime entertainment division that's bigger than Netflix. They are not diversified, folks. So all these other verticals make money, cash money, and they move that cash over to the vertical, now AI. So they got their shit paid for, folks. I can't love Amazon anymore, especially after those earnings. I get it. A little softer in the forward guidance, but somebody already wrote it in the chat, and because they're super smart like me, if you can't hit the ball over the net, lower the net. Does anybody, I don't care what happens in the first quarter. Do you want to know what happens to the stock on the next earnings? I can almost guarantee it. It's going to go up. This is a Wall Street game, folks. Let's lower our forward guidance for Q1. I think we're going to crush it. Yeah, I know. Right now, and that's why the stock's recovering, folks. I guarantee you it's like one of those, hey, they already told us things were going to suck for Q1. If they suck less in Q1, the stock's going to rip higher. So I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke, man. The earnings were fantastic. The forward guidance was weak. And usually in the decades I've been trading Amazon, this is a buy, screaming buy. So for all the new folks and some of the existing folks, hold on. PR lady, whenever she texts, I got to. Oh my gosh. So I did an interview over the weekend with Fox News. Like a car crash, Navy fighter pilot describes brain injury phenomenon now at center of congressional probe. Wow. That is fantastic. Holy crap. Let me go grab that if you want to read it. I am thrilled that they did that. I had a great talk with this reporter. Unbelievable. Anybody else having problems with your E-Trade? My account says like markets closed and it does not look like my charts are updating correctly. Anybody else having problems with E-Trade this morning? I need to close and reopen. Maybe it's my internet. Okay. You know, whatever. I'll if I get this article, I'll send it to you. Nobody? Okay. It's me. Oh, but Schwach. Yes, E-Trade having issues. They know. PR Roth did that or tried that, did not work. All right, so some E-Trade people are having issues and others are not. So that's good to know. Try it on my phone. And remember, folks, whenever something goes wrong and you're an E-Trade customer, do not let them yell at you in the face like our technology's flawless, nothing ever happens or goes wrong. All right, let's start. Let's get tactical. I don't like Thinkorswim, man. Can't stand Tom Sosnoff, even though he left and went to Tasty Trade. He's not a good human being. Trust me. All right, Amazon. Holy crap! Nice recovery in the stock here. This is, we're back up to essentially where we filled the gap. So let me give you a quick earnings thing. Gap down. This is about half the gap. We've hit half the gap and we're hovering. So you might wait a couple seconds if you want to. If we hang and give a little tick up, we're going to completely fill this gap. I have no doubt we're going to completely fill this gap. Is there any little doubt? Of course, there's always a little doubt. This is a market. Breaking news, Andy Jassy is Satan. The stock's at 0. Of course I can. So I had to have them reset my password. Annoying. Oh, great. Oh, Gary, is maybe I'll do that, the desktop app. Anyway, let's go ahead and this is a better chart. 225. I am long synthetic stock. Where's mine? At 225. This is my trade right now. To all the new folks, do people need synthetic stock? Yeah, I'm going to do short calls right now too. I have synthetic stock at 225. Let's go look at Friday's at the money straddle. I want to do a couple Amazon trades. I'm bullish. I'm going to do a bull put spread out a couple weeks because I think we're gonna get up there. Omar, Thinkorswim is failing. Charles Schwab is trying to restore it. Oh. PR Roth said tried the desktop app. Chart did not work either. I'm hesitant. Yeah, my other E-Trade account on this screen, the S&P 500 chart hasn't moved since the open. All right, we'll press through it, man. All right, couple things. Let's look out to Friday to maybe sell some short calls against our synthetic stock. Are there new people in here, or all the new people who registered hungover from rooting for the Chiefs? If you need a new synthetic stock, I can knock one out real quick. And until I see an answer, we're going to take a look at short calls out to Friday. What do I mean? I'm selling short calls against my long synthetic stock all the way out into the future. It's about a $12 wide straddle. So 238 is the top, the right side of the Elizabeth Warren TP here. She's the worst. Did you see her tweet yesterday? A flight, a division of 4 V-22s Marines and 2 F-35s Marines flew over the Super Bowl. It's a smack in the face to all the families who lost loved ones in V-22 crashes. She went on this rant, giving the Marine Corps shit about using that aircraft in a flyby because people died in mishap. These people are just weird. She's weird. Didn't even think about that. Do you know how I lost 16 brothers in 15 years of flying fighters to mishaps, lady? She's the worst. New synthetic. Yeah, all right. I'll do it after this. So there isn't a 238 strike. So if you sell a single 237.5, you're bringing in 123 bucks. That would be the aggressive one. Okay, I think Amazon recovers and people are using this pullback as a buying opportunity. The 240 would be less aggressive. That would be conservative. Okay, you bring in 68 bucks. All right, so I'll do the 237.5. Okay, sell a single Feb 14 237.5. Mid-market. Okay, man. I'll just come in at the S there. Preview. Okay, filled. And then I'm going to go do a bull put spread. So let me put all these together, grouping. I'd love a nice $5 run out of Amazon this week. Again, 240s would be a little bit more. Oh, real quick. You need this for tomorrow. Everybody, before I forget and stay on Amazon, everybody read this. Did you see SIBO earnings? Absolute blowout numbers from SIBO. Read this, and we're going to talk about SIBO tomorrow. Everybody who's in their SIBO trade, say thank you, Wiz. SIBO is printing money. My biggest gainer year to date, man. 26% year to date. Look at that run. Absolutely get in the SIBO. It's record highs up here, 221. We're making a run, baby. We got as high as, what did it pop out at today? 216. Wow. Let me, I want to, before I forget, I got to sell some short calls because it's giving a little bit of this back. 212.5, obviously no. I'm going to sell a single, 215. That's the more aggressive short call. 217.5 would be less conservative. 215 aggressive, 217.5 conservative. Look at that, Vic. I'm gonna share that with the team here. I love seeing that, Vic. Good for you, man. Love having you back. Vic's one of the good guys that worked at the VA. There you go. Right there in the middle. That's fantastic. When did you come back, Vic? It was end of the year or beginning of the year, right? Look at that. Love my boy Vic. Yep, beginning of the year. Look at that, folks. He's up 50 grand beginning of the year. Lauren, you sell Amazon call because you think it will bounce off 235 and settle. I sold the 235, whatever that strike was, putting a lid on. Let me get filled on those SIBO calls since it's imploding here. Go 100. Bring $100. All right. Oh, the VA's calling you back? Good. They probably got rid of some crappy people and want to bring you. So Lauren, I'm selling the 237.5 because I'm putting a lid on Amazon for the week. Let's bring up Amazon. I think, well, you know what? The 240, like I said, the 240s are conservative. It's only Monday morning, folks. I think Amazon gets on a run here. That's why we're going to do a bull put spread right now. So I think by selling the 237.5, I think Amazon does not go above 237.5. I might be wrong. I think we're getting a good run here. This is a gift. It's a gift. Let me do the bull put spread first, and then I'll look at the synthetic stock for all the new folks, and I'll run through that real quick. So what did I say? The bottom was 227.5, 225. That's a high probability trade, man. All right, let's I'll map this one out. I'll go through the aggressive and the conservative. This would be the aggressive bull put spread out the Friday. Sell a single Friday 230 put. That's me saying Amazon ain't going to go below 230 by Friday. What if I'm wrong? Rarely happens. But I'm going to buy downside puts, right? So I'm bullish on Amazon for the week. I'm using puts, and it's a spread. These strikes are spread apart. The tactic on your screen is called a bull put spread. It's also called what? A credit spread. You're getting paid to do this trade, right? So 58 cents. I'm going to put it in order at 60. We're flopping around. And I'm a political science major. I need basic math. 60 cents on your trade plan, wherever you write down your trades. I don't care if it's a Word document, an Excel sheet, yellow stickies like me. I'm a pen guy. I need a pen and a piece of paper I write my trades down on. Write down $1.20 right now. I haven't even talked about profit yet. I'm going to talk about if something goes bad. If I'm wrong and Amazon starts heading down this week and that 60-cent credit I take in starts climbing, that's bad. That means Amazon is going down and that credit's increasing. That's bad. We want the 60 cents to go to zero. Okay? So in your trade plan, your trade journal, wherever you write down trades, you write down $1.20. Just simply double the credit that you take in. That's mental math for me with credit spreads. Double the credit you take in is where you maybe eject out of this trade because we don't want to take a max loss. Okay. Now I'm going to analyze this trade, and the first place your eyes are going to go to is max potential loss. Never look at max profit first. Why? If you're not okay with losing that, why would you look at that? It's stupid. Years ago, I begged John and Pete Najarian to switch these two. Put the sad guy's face up first. All right, I don't give a shit. I will teach my people never to look there first. You, as the tick, the trader in command, you need to put a check mark here. Wiz, I acknowledge, don't actually, you're not telling me, you're telling you. I'm talking to me. Wiz, I acknowledge this trade could lose 194 bucks this week. Check. I acknowledge that. Now I can bring my eyes up here and go, all right, 56 bucks is my potential profit. Using current at the money volatility, as soon as I said the words at the money volatility, it's already changed, but using at the money volatility, the odds of a max profit in this trade are 71%. I love being older because being younger, we had phone book size things where we had to do math standing up. Now it's all on your screen, baby. Now, we make money in a bull put spread 3 out of 4 ways. Way number 1, you see the dotted line? That's Amazon right now. That's the price of Amazon. How do we make money? Well, Amazon goes up this week, Wiz. Perfect. What if it doesn't move? Amazon just hovers around 233 this week. You make money, dude. Okay, what's the third way out of 4 you make money? Amazon can even go down. What? Yeah, it just needs to stay above the neutral face, the break even, which is 229.44. Okay, what's the 1 in 4 ways you lose money? It goes through the break even. For some reason, I'm wrong. Everybody's just going to sell their Amazon. Makes no sense to me, but could happen. But on the first screen, I told you where we would maybe eject if Amazon starts imploding. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new, welcome aboard. I haven't even placed this trade yet, and we know when we're getting out in case it goes down. Now, let's talk about the good things. When would I go out for, get out for profit? 7, 8, 9. If I am looking at a 70, 80, or 90% profit on the credit that I take in, close it. Pigs get slaughtered. Do not turn a 70, 80, 90% winning bull put spread into a 100% loser. Who's done that? This guy. Who's almost never done it in years? This guy. Because it sucks. Trade's up 85%. I'm going to go golfing. I want the extra 20 bucks. And now you're out 194 because you got greedy. Are there times when I let them expire for 100% profit? Yeah, on a Friday, if it's just insanity, I'm like, nah, I'm lazy. I'm not going to close it. I'll admit I do that, and it's wrong. Don't do it. I usually smack myself every once in a while, like, dude, just close it. All right, cool. Do I get lazy sometimes? Yep. But I'm an instructor, and I'm telling you about my bad habits sometimes. Chris, I learned that lesson on a Friday weekend. There you go, man. That's exactly right. You got it, Kevin. The wide iron condor last week on Amazon expired for a max profit. So I was 3 for 4 last week on Amazon trades. Not on the bull put spread. In a credit spread, we love a Greek called theta. Now, don't have your eyes glaze over. You'll learn about theta in your options weapons school. Right there. Every day that goes by, you make money on theta, right? When you're a used car salesman and some sucker pulls out of the parking lot in your crappy car you just sold them, you make money. That guy, that sucker, theta, time decay. As soon as he pulled out of the parking lot, man, boop. If he turns around and does a U-turn and says, oh, my wife doesn't like this car, can you buy it back? Yeah, sure, for half the price. Awesome. Good stuff. That is a bull put spread on Amazon. Any questions on this bull put spread? Okay, this is the more, I'm not going to say aggressive. I mean, the conservative one down here, 227 and a half, 225. Nah, you're risking the risk to reward. So folks, write this down. 1 to 0.25. My minimum risk to reward in a standalone credit spread is 1 to 0.25. The only reason I would go below that is if I have an offsetting spread on with an iron condor, like we did some of you did last week. I didn't do that. Okay. Any questions? I don't know if Anne's in here. She usually asks, hey, in a model portfolio, when $5,000 is your max risk per trade, this is what the trade would look like. Probably 30 contracts. Okay. Risk in 5,700 to make 18. Okay. Any questions on this trade? Okay. Let me, no, what time is it? Oh shit, man. I gotta, let's do the synthetic stock real quick for our new folks. I got a busy day of foundation meetings and other stuff going on here. I'm thrilled about the Fox News article. There it is. Oh, wow. Look at that, man. Wow. That is awesome. All right. Let's do synthetic stock. There it is. If you want to read it. Okay. Synthetic stock, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to rip through this. And if you're a free person, we're all free people. You know what I'm saying? You got to join to get access to the training. I'll give you an hour-and-a-half lecture on a synthetic stock trade, and I'm going to do it in about 5 minutes. You get an hour-and-a-half, but I'm going to rip through this, folks, because again, all the free folks in here, you're free and you join to see what we're doing. And you see these little red and green right here? Green means I'm long something, red means I'm short. So that's my synthetic stock position right now. It's at the 225 strike. Since we're close, we're close to 235. This is the trade I would do today. The definition of synthetic stock is you are long the stock using options, right? Let's just do this real quick. Wiz, I want to buy 100 shares of Amazon today. Why? That's stupid. Why would you call that stupid? You have 23 grand lying around right there that you just want to light on fire. Why would I use options? Let's step through it together. If you wanted to buy 100 shares of Amazon, you need over 23,000 bucks right now. What if you went on the options chain all the way out into the future? The farthest you could go on this options chain is June of 2027. June of 2027, folks, Healing REIT will have been public for a year. That's how far into the future you can go on this options chain, okay? Now, instead of buying 100 shares of stock, folks, if you bought one options contract close to at the money, let's just say 235, you would control 100 shares of Amazon stock. If you buy a single options contract, you are long 100 shares of stock. How much money is it? When you buy a single June 27, 235 call, you spend 5,500 bucks. Okay. I just saved you, what's that? $17,000, $18,000. I can't do public math. 18 grand, folks. Why would you buy 100 shares of stock? Okay. Now, if you know nothing about options, you probably know that if I buy a call, I'm bullish. What's on the other side of that? Well, if you sell a call, you're bearish. Okay. You probably also know in the options space, I've heard people say I'm bearish on something. I better buy some puts. Okay, so buying a put is bearish. It's insurance. Somebody has to sell you that put. So somebody selling you that put is actually bullish. So why don't we sell, watch this, sell a 235 put. When you buy a call and you sell a put, with the same expiration, June 27, and the same strike, 235, you create what is called synthetic stock. Look at the picture. This picture is long stock, as if you owned 100 shares. That's synthetic stock. Now look at this. You went from buying 100 shares of Amazon for over $23,000. I said, that's stupid. I took you down to, what was it, $5,000 for buying one call option. Now, what have I done? Selling this put ain't $5,000. It's $1,900. It's $2,000. 23 grand to 5 grand to 2 grand. You're welcome. If you know nothing about options, but you kind of follow, welcome aboard Top Gun Options. Now, but let's go. The smart people already looked at the max potential loss. Oh my God, Wiz, the max potential loss is about 25 grand. Ladies and gentlemen, and what are the odds of that happening? Probability for max loss, 0.0. But ladies and gentlemen, the odds of getting eaten by a golden retriever are never 0. They're pretty low, but they're never 0. You have almost the same risk with buying the hunt. What's the max potential loss based on, folks? Well, between now and June of 27, Wiz, Amazon goes to 0. Is that possible? Yes. Is it probable? No. If it does, we're all dead in a nuclear explosion. We don't know Amazon's at 0, right? Is it possible for Amazon to go to 0? Anything is possible in God's universe. Is it probable? No. So you have the same risk. But let me hook you up, because some of you trading on margin might not have enough coin to be able to do this type of trade. Usually when a stock where an index, if the S&P 500 implodes 20%, what do the talking heads on TV say? We are in a bear market. Or if Apple goes down 20%, whoa, Apple's in a bear market. So why don't we buy what I call a disaster put? And somebody already did the math for me, thank you. Why don't we buy what I call a disaster put down 20% below the stock? So instead of risking over 25 grand, it's only 8. So based on your margin requirements, you might only need like $1,000 in your, I don't know, everybody in this room has different margin requirements, portfolio margining. I'm at Thinkorswim, Interactive Brokers. I don't know your margin, but ladies and gentlemen, I reduced the risk, the haircut, right? Margin haircut from 25 grand to 8. Now the trade went up a little from $1,900, 2 grand to 3,600. Why? I bought insurance, baby. Wiz, you call it a protective put. Yeah. If Amazon, God forbid, implodes 20%, we can sleep better at night. The people that bought 100 shares, if it goes to 0, they lose 23 grand. We 8. There's nothing that I said in the past 10 minutes that makes you go, I'd still rather trade the stock. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 things with Amazon you don't get if you own the stock: a dividend. Jeff Bezos on his monster yacht laughs at the word dividend. They don't give a dividend. Since day one at Amazon, he's like, what a stupid concept. If Amazon makes money, which it does, we're going to put the money back in the company. Why would we give it back to a shareholder? They want me to do good stuff with it. Put a competitor out of business, buy another airplane, innovate. You also don't get to what? Since you don't own the shares, to vote. Who gives a shit? Jeff Bezos and his ex-wife own 1 or 2 more shares than you. Your vote means 0. Unless you go in front of a white liberal chick judge in Delaware, right? I own 9 shares of Tesla since I'm an activist, and I'm suing his compensation package. She's an idiot. Even the governor of Delaware had to get on, do a bunch of interviews like, don't flee our state. We'll figure something out. What was it? 70–80% of shareholders in Tesla approve his compensation package, and this cat lady judge, activist judge, see it, we're leaving, we're going to Texas. I love it. Now, one last step to do. I already did it already. We could sell a front month upside call. What did I say? Was it the 240s? 237.5. Front month, wrong strike. Feb 14, 237.5. I already did that with my existing stock. So on your screen, free people, is the trade I would do at this instant with Amazon. It's synthetic stock with a protective put, right? And you're selling a front month upside call. So let me grab a screenshot of this. I'll put it in the replay. Amazon, synthetic stock, 210. I'll grab a screenshot over here. Okay. Any questions on synthetic stock? I'm probably not going to answer it because I'm going to take a second and go blast out this trade and show you the power of our website and our app. We have an app, folks. You get alerts instantaneously on your phone. So I'm going to go do that. And I'm obviously not putting that trade on because I already have an existing synthetic stock. So if you join Solo Amazon today, folks, you're going to get access over here, the Amazon trade alerts. New Amazon Syn stock and weekly short calls and a bull put spread. I'll put them all in one thread here. Weekly bull put spread. So I at everyone in this thread. There's 562 people or something like that. Okay, so everybody's about to get this trade. Obviously, if you're not a member right now, you won't get it. Add image, and then I just start loading the images in here. Desktop. There's the bull put spread. And then there's the synthetic stock. There. Short. Weekly short calls at 237. Okay. New Amazon synthetic stock, weekly, what was it, June 27? June 27. Synthetic stock, weekly bull put spread, and weekly short calls. So there you go. There's all the images. Everybody in the Amazon trade alerts thread is going to get an alert on the phone. I also put this in our other groups, our hunters. Oops, trade alerts. New Amazon June synthetic stock weekly bull put spread and short calls. Short calls at, yeah, I'll give you the link to join in a second here, Solo Amazon. Just let me finish my admin. Got to take care of my current members. They come first. And then for people who don't do apps or whatever, I still do the old man and woman follow-up email after the brief. So, but the app, folks, welcome to 2015, folks. New, it's on. It's in stock. Weekly bull. This is our lifetime group. Who asked about? Hold on. Let me finish this and then I'll get back. Okay. Questions. Graham, I got it in Australia. I love seeing technology, man. Graham's down under, up late at night. Graham, we got some Aussies down there. Yeah, the app is good around the world. Joe, I covered that at the beginning, man. I'm running out of time. Go watch the replay. I'll post the replay on the replay page. Rationale for selling the 230. Let me give you the replay page, by the way. Hold on. App. Let me go grab the replay page link. Thank you. Yep, good brief. On the full throttle. No, where's it? Live event. Full throttle. Here we go. Replay. This will be the replay page, folks, right here. John got in late. I assume you did your Eagles cheer already. Yeah, buddy. I led with that, man. What an embarrassment for Kansas City, Mahomes, and Kelsey's done. I mean, the dude is clearly not playing on the top of his game. Okay, any other, oh yeah, how to join. Sorry, Steve, sorry about that. Right here on our homepage, just underneath trade groups, this is Solo Amazon. So tomorrow and Wednesday, we're gonna do other briefs that are called Full Throttle. This is an intro to our Solo Amazon service. It's 97 bucks a month. I don't drink anymore, but that used to be a really crappy bottle of wine. I used to enjoy very nice wine. Or you get 2 months free if you do an annual membership. If you do an annual membership, you get 2 months free. You're gonna get access to what we call Options Weapons School. 6, 7 training sessions, folks. 6 to 7 training sessions. Synthetic stock, I think, is session 8 or 7. If you guys understood it, you're looking pretty good here. Jim, good question. You know what? Let me go back to that. Jim just asked, at what point should we worried about potential assignment? Jim, let me give you the immediate academic answer. Always. From the time you place an options trade and get filled, you run the risk of assignment. You always run the risk of assignment. That's the academic answer. Let me give you the operational answer. You don't run the risk of assignment, man, until the calls are either close in the money or way deep in the money. So Jim asked a very good question. Do not let Amazon expire Friday with these calls on above 237.5. If Amazon expires above 237.5 Friday and you didn't close these, you will wake up Saturday morning, put on your bunny slippers, drink some coffee, and see negative 100 shares of Amazon in your account. You will be short. So I treat short calls the same as I do a trade. Double the credit you take in. If Amazon starts going up, eject, close the short calls. I also treat them like a bear call spread, 7, 8, 9. If I'm looking at a 70, 80, 90% profit in these short calls, close it. Okay? Does that answer your question? I don't even have to ask you if that answers your question. That's the only answers I can give you. So I answered your question. So, John, for synthetic stock, if price drops for a while, selling calls below synthetic or only can see, no, you can sell, John, good question. I've had synthetic stock underwater where I got in. I'm selling short calls underneath there. That's its own separate trade, folks. The synthetic stock is 2.5 years out into the future. The front month, short calls are their own little thing. So I don't care where the synthetic stock is. I've had underwater synthetic stock. So yeah, you can sell whatever strikes you want. David, does early assignment happen often? Very, very rare. There is a tactic for more advanced folks, firms like I had up in Chicago, where if we're close to the ex-dividend date, we might early assign people so we get delivery of the shares and we get the dividend. Extremely rare, but I'm here as your instructor to give you an answer. Extremely rare. Can it happen? Yes. Does it? No. Rick, often Thursday night between most frequent time of assignment. So I trade. Yeah. If Amazon, if these short calls are deep in the money Thursday afternoon, I usually roll them up, maybe up to the 240 strike or maybe up and out the next week. We'll talk about how to manage short calls more in the Options Weapons School training. Okay. Let me go show you what that looks like. So when you join Solo Amazon this morning, this is what it's going to look like. Go under membership and replays. Down here, you click on Options Weapons School, and here's all your lectures. Right at the top are your manuals. You're going to get, and wait a minute, before I forget, only if you take, just like when you buy something on Amazon, when you check out, hey, do you also want to buy this? If you just pay 97 bucks a month, folks, you don't get access to the training. You're not paying for it. I think it's like 297 bucks. Other places charge thousands of dollars for shitty training. 297, man, it's a nice dinner. No matter what, you're going to get access to the workbooks. So those are included. There's 3 workbooks you can download, your primary, intermediate, and advanced over here. Download these workbooks over here. Back to this. Here's your Options Weapons School training. Session 1, Session 2, we take a building block approach, right? And look at synthetic stock is all the way down at Session 6. So building block approach, if you're not an options trader, these 6 sessions will get you up to speed. Even if you are an options trader, get the Options Weapons School training. The motto of Top Gun is what? You think you're good, we'll make you better. I guarantee you I cover stuff in my stuff that you might not have heard other places. Folks, I go to the SIBO website and sign up for some training sometimes. It's always good to go hear other people's stuff. So even if you think you know what you're doing, take the Options Weapons School. Okay. Jim, any concern of assignment on the synthetic stock? That's what on the synthetic portion? No. I mean, unless it drops to 20%, right? But you know, step 1, ladies and gentlemen, let me hit you with this. Step 1 of doing synthetic stock is you only do synthetic stock on names that are doing what? They move up and to the right. This is a perfect example of a synthetic stock. Stupid. I always say, when in doubt, run to Ma. These are the 2 names you should have synthetic stock on, Microsoft and Amazon. If you did synthetic stock on Microsoft and Amazon, and once they got close to expiring, put on new ones 2 years out, that's your retirement. You only do synthetic stock on names that do this, right? This was there's our COVID bump, and it gave some back in here, but this was a gift down there to get into Amazon after the COVID shit dried up and everything like that. Now it's on a rip. So you can do whatever you want, but you don't do synthetic stock on names. I don't even know if this is going to be around in 2 years from now. No, this is not sexy, man. This is slow and steady wins the race, right? I've had synthetic stock and SIBO on for like, 4 months or something here. Where is it? Now, let me put these together. It's up like 25%. This isn't like me, like you'll see tomorrow, maybe in our primary brief, shooting an S&P 500 sniper shot that makes 1,500 bucks in 10 minutes. This is completely different trading, folks, right? Or it's up, I'm up 18% since the beginning of the year, right? So nice base hits in synthetic stock. But across our other portfolios, we're doing shooting snipers and all sorts of front month trading. But this is a fleet. Put a fleet of synthetic stocks on good names. What's Wiz do? I got Amazon synthetic stock. I have Bank of America, and I have SIBO, and then down here I have JP Morgan. I just put this on last week. It's up 16%. So a solid financial, a solid tech, a solid consumer something. And we also, I don't have it in this portfolio. We have it over here in the model portfolio. Raytheon, have a defense contractor name on, man. Absolutely a Raytheon, right? So go pick 4 to 5 solid names and do synthetic stocks on them. Obviously, we're in solo Amazon, so we did it in Amazon. Yeah, it's 97 bucks a month. And the annual, yeah, you get 2 months free when you, folks, 99% of people are in the solo Amazon annual. If you want to test fly, this is my first time meeting you, Wiz. Nice to meet you too. I want to make sure you're not a complete idiot. 97 bucks a month. And no, it doesn't magically go up to $1 million a month next month. It's 97 bucks a month for the rest of your life. But nobody does that. I'd love for you to do that. Shoot us an email that says, upgrade me into the annual. You aren't an idiot. Okay. That, Lauren, I haven't traded the GLD in a long time, but with everything going on with debt and everything like that, it's on my whiteboard to look at. But maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow in primary. Any questions? Yeah, the app. Once you join, you'll get instructions on how to download the app and everything like that. I love this, man. This app, everything is on here. You can watch your replays on here. It's just fantastic. I've spent a lot of money and a lot of time to get this app up and running, man, but I absolutely love it. I can trade from a chairlift, from a beach. I'm placing trades on my E-Trade app and then copy and pasting, and I'm putting it over here into the, see, there's a solo Amazon thread. There's the trades that I put in there. I love it. This is good stuff. Okay. Holy crap. I am going to share that, Bradley. Look at this. That makes my heart smile, folks. Everybody look at what Bradley just posted. I am saving that one. 10 contracts, folks. $100,000 over 3 years. Did everybody see that? I hate kind of guaranteeing stuff, but if you got a stock, a synthetic stock that moves up and to the right, it is absolutely potentially a 6-figure return. If you've been a TGO for a while, you know that's a fact. If you've been in our synthetic stocks for a while, they print money. Okay, so dude, that makes my heart smile, man. That is fantastic. God bless you. Okay. Any other questions, concerns? Oh, by the way, tomorrow morning we're going to do a primary live trade brief. I'm done talking about Amazon. This solo Amazon is not included with full throttle. Let me go find Victor's. Where's Vic? Because I didn't grab your screenshot. So tomorrow we'll talk more S&P stuff. We're gonna, we're going to do some other stuff. Make sure you look at your that SIBO information I put. So there you go. There's VIX. Let me grab that one. Good stuff, Vic. So there you go, folks. These are current. I'm not typing these. These are current members, Vic, and these guys. Bradley's a lifetime member too. This is good stuff. All right, guys, I got to go. I went way too long. My apologies. Solo Amazon does not go this long. I had to rant about the Eagles and what's going on in the government. Rant complete. Tomorrow, again, for all the new folks, you're going to walk in here just like you're a regular member. I'm going to get airborne. No who's whiz and my pedigree and all that shit. I'm throttling back on all that stuff. You can find out more about me a bunch of places. So yeah, I posted it in the chat box. Here's the interview I did with Fox on all the brain injuries and stuff. Cool. All right, guys, and we'll talk about all that stuff. If you literally just came to this brief from Mars and you have no idea who I am, go check out No Fallen Heroes. That's our foundation. Wednesday, we will talk about investing in the psychedelic space. It's set to explode. RFK Jr. gets confirmed this week. When he got nominated, all the psychedelic stocks ramped up like 50%, and the big pharma stocks imploded. He's pro psychedelics, and we're going to see some potential big moves in the psychedelic name. So we will talk about that. Charles, Wiz, I'm embarrassed to say how much I made in Amazon. Lay it on me, Charles. I need it. I need to use it as a testimonial. Charles is a lifetime member, been here for a couple of years. He's an Eagles fan too. Charles, let us know. I need to know, baby. I need my case studies because they make my heart smile. You're welcome. Yeah, it's on our homepage, but I'll give you the link again. Copy, paste. Charles, let us know real quick. If you don't want to know how much Charles made, yep, go Birds, Angel. Scott, on top of my profit on Amazon synthetic stock, I also lowered my cost basis by 15%. So folks, if you're new to synthetic stock, selling that front month upside call, what does it do? You bring in money every week and you lower your cost basis. In about 4 to 6 months, the synthetic stock trade is paid for. Did you hear me? Right? If we come out of pocket $3,000 or whatever, if you keep selling weekly short calls against it, eventually the trade will be paid for. Wow. There we go, Charles. Let me just show you what Charles, over $1 million in 2 years with Amazon synthetic stocks. Giddy up. That makes my heart smile, man. That is fan-effing-tastic, folks. Wow. Kevin, yes, I lowered my cost basis. Yeah, look at that, $5. Awesome. And your account was up 230%. Dude, you did better than me last year. Hold on, let me, I'll show everybody that one. I thought I did good last year. Charles makes me look like an idiot. Wow. So, folks, there you go. There's some live case studies from current TGO members. If you're not a TGO member, folks, it's $97 a month. If you don't have $97 a month, you shouldn't be trading. But this is the gateway drug for becoming a TGO member. This is where you kick the tires and stuff like that. This is our trial. I don't give, free is stupid. It's $97 a month to check the stuff out. Awesome. Any other questions, concerns? Oh, by the ways, I will get the replay posted on the replay page shortly for the members. I'll send out a follow-up email too, but everybody in here with the app got all the alerts already. So I still got a couple people are like, I'm old and stodgy. So am I. But the app is, I'm doing duplicate work, folks, if I'm sending out emails too, but I'll do it. I'll sit here and drink my coffee and send out an email. All right, I got to go. Have a great rest of your day. Go Birds. Fights on. Namaste and bust. It's time for the Eagles three-peat. I'm done with the Chiefs. Eagles are on a three-peat. Fights on. God bless, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.